If you feel like week to week, you're just plodding through that to-do list and never actually actively working towards your goals, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you what I do every single Sunday like clockwork to plan out my week and keep myself accountable as I work towards my goals. Before we start our planning though, priorities first, let's go grab a coffee. Okay, we are back, we are caffeinated, which means we are ready to start our planning. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Eden. I'm a former burnt out teacher turned digital nomad and solopreneur. My journey has taken me from the classroom to exploring the globe and building a life on my own terms. I share all the things about creating routines, setting goals, travel tips, and my adventures of this unconventional yet fulfilling lifestyle. So make sure to hit subscribe to follow along. The key to a successful week begins by setting the foundations. Every Sunday, I start by reflecting on my monthly goals because this is what I'm working towards. I actually have my monthly goals at the top of all my weekly planners when I'm doing my weekly planning, just so that I'm constantly seeing them. But when I'm planning out my week, I'm checking in on my monthly goals to see how I'm progressing towards them. And I need to be really honest with myself in this moment to decide whether this is actually going to be achievable this month or maybe my goal needs to be reassessed. I only ever set 3 goals a month because I want them to be achievable. And if I have too many to focus on, I know from experience I'm just going to wear myself out. Or I constantly feel like I'm not doing enough or progressing enough in a certain area, so I just give up. But I've been using this system for a while now, and I know 3 goals is that magic number for me. Right now I'm focusing on 3 different areas of my life, and they are health, finance, and career. So my 3 goals for March this month are to earn $1,000 from my design clients, close my move ring 80% of the month, and to post my first 3 videos on YouTube. So after reflecting on how my goals are tracking for the month, I'm going to create 3 goals for the week. And you'll notice this is a common theme throughout this planning. 3 is that magic number. Based off my monthly goals, my 3 goals for this week are to finish my sticker designs for a client, finish 20 slides of a project that I'm working for my VA job, and to finish editing this video. Now that I've got my 3 goals for the week, I create a to-do list, which is pretty much a brain dump of all the items that I need to do to be able to achieve these 3 goals. For example, I want to finish editing this video that I'm currently filming, which means that on top of editing this video, I need to create the thumbnail, and I also need to create a video description. For my sticker designs, I've listed them out there. Then I'll also add to this list any other to-do items that I need to do during the week. For example, I need to go and buy a hard drive. I need to buy shoes because I'm going to a wedding this week, and unfortunately everything is still in a storage shed, so I just can't be bothered finding them in there, so I'm just gonna go buy a new pair. So by listing out all of these to-do items, you're pretty much creating that roadmap to plan out your week. Now comes the part where I take these tasks and I assign them to a day. Before doing this though, it's really important to first fill out any important events that you might have going on during the week. For example, I have a hair appointment on Tuesday, I have a wedding on Thursday, so we're actually going for a weekend away down to Sorrento, which pretty much blocks out that whole weekend for me. Maybe you have a meeting or an important launch date for your business, so definitely put in all those dates first, because this is going to set out what realistically you can achieve in the week. Now, if you haven't guessed it yet, we've got our 3 goals for the month, our 3 goals for the week. Now we are going to create 3 goals for each day that you want to achieve. I told you here, 3 is the lucky number. 3 is that magic number that is going to make your goals achievable. Now, this is why it's really important to have your monthly goals on your page somewhere when you're planning out your week, because although it's not one of my weekly goals this week to exercise, my monthly goal is to close my move ring 80% of the month. Which means for me, I always love prioritizing my health. So on each of these days, I'm going to make one of my goals my exercise. Monday and Wednesday, I'll assign my full body workout, and on Tuesday, I'll do a run. Now you might notice Thursday to Sunday, I'll blank, but I do plan on doing a few beach walks down in Sorrento. My next goal is to finish editing this video, so I'll assign that to Monday. Another goal of mine is to finish my sticker designs, so I'll assign that to Tuesday. And Wednesday, I'll have my goal of finishing those 20 slides for one of my VA projects. After I've worked out my goals for each day, I'll have something that looks like this. And you may notice that my weekend, or like from Thursday onwards, is kind of blocked out, and that's fine. That's keeping myself accountable because I've set myself up Monday to Wednesday to achieve those 3 goals that are actively working towards my monthly goals, and I'm giving myself the weekend off to enjoy the wedding. I think it's why it's so important to sit down on a Sunday and actually plan out your week to see what is achievable. You need to be realistic with yourself on what you can actually achieve, and don't be too harsh on yourself if it feels like you're not actually getting a lot done this week. But for me, I know that Monday to Wednesday are going to be so productive for me to work towards my monthly goals. It's okay too if you are planning out your week and some days only have 2 goals for you to achieve. I know for myself, some tasks take way longer than others, and I know in that day maybe I'll only be able to achieve editing a video, but it's still something that I'm working towards, and it still makes me feel successful and like I'm working towards my goals. Once you've planned out your 3 goals for each day, that's where you can go in and take other items from your to-do list and assign them to days as well. If you're finding those lower priority tasks don't actually fit into your weekly planning, that's okay. They're obviously not a big priority for your week, and so those tasks can go into next week. Or you might realize that your goals need to be tweaked for the day in order for you to actually achieve what you want to achieve. We've now planned out our goals for the week. We've now allocated all our to-do list items for each day, and we are up to my favorite part, which is to make it pretty. It is honestly the best part about using a digital planner because you can head over to my favorite thing, Pinterest, and grab photos and insert them on your planner. To do this on GoodNotes, you're going to head up to the top and hit split screen and open up Pinterest in your Safari browser. In the search tab, I like to look for things that I am working towards, so my goals for the week, or I may search some motivational quotes to help me feel really inspired for the week. This week I'm doing a lot of design work, so I'm going to search some pictures that give me that aesthetic and vibe and pop them in on my planner. I'm also heading down to the beach in Sorrento, that wedding as well, so I'll just insert a whole bunch of pictures to really make me feel inspired and ready for the week. After we've inserted all our pictures, we might want to add a bit of color as well, just because we love making things pretty here. When we're all done, we're gonna have something that looks like this. After I finish planning out my week, I will go ahead and plan out my Monday. As part of my evening routine, I usually plan out my day the night before, but on a Sunday, I'm already in a planning kind of mood and I already have everything fresh in my mind, so I just go ahead and plan out my Monday. But if you would love to see an in-depth evening routine video, comment down below and let me know. Now, in saying all this, I'm not one to live religiously by my plan, because sometimes I know myself and I can be a little too ambitious in my planning, and maybe I actually wasn't able to achieve everything on my to-do list. Or sometimes things just take a longer time than what I actually thought. So while I have a structured plan, I also know that I need to be flexible. As I know, especially as a digital nomad, sometimes we wake up and the weather is beautiful outside, so my plans kind of get delayed because we spent the morning at the beach. And that is one of the benefits of being a digital nomad. You have a lot of freedom in how you want to plan out your day. So I find just with planning out my week and planning out my days, it is keeping me accountable in actively working towards my goals, but also giving me a chance to enjoy life. Planning out your week effectively is all about finding a rhythm that works for you. My biggest advice for you is each week only have 2 to 3 top priority goals. Break them down into your daily tasks so that you can work towards your goals in small, achievable steps. So my little homework task for you is to go ahead and plan out your week using this strategy and comment down below what your 3 goals are that you would like to achieve this week. If you found this video helpful, make sure that you check out my other video where I share 10 ways to stay motivated and avoid burnout. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more.